Well, hi there. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am up to it again. I've got another meal in a jar recipe for you today. This is actually going to be in 2 jars because I've got a filling and I've got a topping. And I'm calling this chicken cobbler. Some people call it biscuit pot pie. It's basically a chicken pot pie filling on the bottom and a cheddar biscuit topping. These are the ingredients that go into the filling, and here are the ingredients that go into the biscuit topping. Most of my recipes on my channel are inspired by my mom's recipe box. This one is inspired by a viral TikTok video. Well, sort of. I mean, I'm kind of basing it on that and then adding my own kind of spin on it. Let me show you how I put together the biscuit topping. Now, on my channel, I already have a couple of different biscuit recipes. This is very similar to the ones that I already have on my channel. It's a little bit different. I've added some seasoning in here, and I'm also adding some cheddar to make these cheddar biscuits. They're so good, y'all. So good. One of my subscribers had emailed me and asked me to turn this chicken cobbler recipe into a meal in a jar version. So I'd like to thank Linda for that. Thank you, Miss Linda. This one is for you. After you mix those dry ingredients together, you're going to need to add some kind of fat. Okay, so my mama, she always used lard in her biscuits. They give you a really flaky, tender biscuit. You can use shortening if that's what you prefer. I've never used shortening before, but I think that you could use shortening in its place. I'm using a pastry blender to combine the dry ingredients with the fat. And you could use a couple of forks to do this. You could put this in a food processor. There's different ways to make biscuits, but however you do it, once you get it together and you have added the cheddar to it, you need to make sure that when you store this, you just remember that, hey, it's already got the fat in it. So you're not going to be able to store this for a long time. I recommend probably just a few months, 3 or 4 or 5 months, something like that. Probably not longer than that, just because the fat can go a little funny on you and you wouldn't want it to be, kind of off tasting. But this is so convenient to have on your pantry shelf because you'll see how easy it is to prepare. You're just going to add water to that and that's it. And then it goes on top of the cobbler and bakes up beautifully. So this is the jar that you could keep stored on your pantry shelf for, like I said, a few months, 4 or 5 months maybe, and then it would be ready for you. Okay, let me show you how to do the chicken filling. So this is very similar to a pot pie. I've got a couple of pot pie recipes on my channel actually. Got a chicken pot pie soup, and I also have a regular chicken pot pie with a really flaky, tender pie crust on the top of it, like a traditional pot pie. So this is really similar to that. I am adding some velouté sauce here, which is like a rich chicken gravy. And then the bechamel sauce is something like a white sauce. I've got a copycat recipe for that bechamel on my channel already. So I'm making a white layer here and then an orange layer and a green layer. So I've got green beans, green peas, and some celery. You can customize the vegetables here. If you don't like green beans or if you don't like green peas, don't put them in there. You could put corn in there. Just, it's up to you. Some sort of vegetables. The TikTok recipe, they used a bag of frozen peas and carrots. So it's up to you, whatever kind of veggies you want to add here. It will be good no matter what you put in it. The idea is if you try this recipe and you like this recipe, you would keep these at the ready, okay? So these are the jars that you would keep on your pantry shelf. You could just store them and have them ready for whenever you're ready to make them. And then whenever you're ready for this, you're starting at this point. So it's a lot shorter. So first of all, mix up your biscuit topping, okay? And this is going to be more water than you would normally add if you were making regular biscuits. See how that is kind of loose there, but this is how you want it. This is the way the biscuit topping should look. So set that to the side, let that cheddar rehydrate while you make the filling. And you'll need a large skillet, an oven-safe skillet, or a Dutch oven. To those ingredients, you're going to add 6 cups of water. If you've watched my channel, you know the drill here. We're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to let it simmer for 20 minutes, and then it will be good. Every once in a while, you might just give that biscuit topping a stir. You just want to make sure that cheddar is getting good and hydrated. All right, once you've reached a boil, you can turn down your heat a little bit, leave it on about medium, and you're going to need to simmer that for about 20 minutes or so. And you'll notice as you simmer it, it will be getting a little bit thicker, but it's not going to thicken up as much as a normal pot pie. And that is for a reason. It's because in the oven, it will thicken more. All right, so you can go ahead and taste and make adjustments in the seasonings. I find that if the carrots are tender, the rest of it's usually ready. So this is the consistency that you want for your filling. So it's not totally brothy, but it's not really thick either, okay? And the reason is you're gonna scoop that biscuit topping on the top of your filling, and the bottom of those biscuits are going to bake into the filling, and they are going to act as thickener for the filling. So you're gonna bake that in the oven at 350 for about 45 minutes. And then you're going to have just a beautiful dish in the end. Just look at that. See the flecks of cheddar on the top of the biscuits there? It's nice and browned. So gorgeous. Now I do like to gild the lily here and put a little bit of melted butter and some either garlic salt or ranch seasoning, parsley, something like that, just to flavor the tops of those biscuits. It's optional, a little extra, but really good. So I think that's just a gorgeous pot of chicken cobbler. The original video that's on the internet, they used the Red Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuit mix for the topping. And so of course you could do that if you didn't want to make your own homemade. But I like making homemade stuff, so it's not very hard to make the biscuits. It's really not difficult if you're willing to put in a little bit of effort. I think it's worth it. So here is our gorgeous chicken cobbler. We got 4 good-sized servings out of this. It's very filling. The biscuits are a little bit crunchy on the top and really fluffy in the middle. And see how the filling has thickened? It's so yummy, y'all. And it's very similar to pot pie filling. In fact, when my daughter had this last night for dinner, she said, "Mom, it tastes like pot pie, but with biscuits instead of pie crust." I'm like, that's exactly what it is. So it passed the kid taste test. She gave it a thumbs up. My husband and I both enjoyed it as well. The chicken gets super tender in the oven as it absorbs that sauce. The vegetables are perfect, and that bite was just divine. The biscuits are so fluffy. It's a really nice combination. This meal is warm and cozy and comforting. It's perfect for the fall. It makes you just want to cuddle up and snuggle up by a fire or something. It's so good. All right, guys, I will include my full recipe as well as my shopping link in the description box below. Thrive Life is available in the USA and in Canada. You order online, and then the food gets delivered straight to your door. If you like having recipes for meals in jars, then may I suggest you purchase my cookbook. I've got an ebook cookbook. It's got 90 plus recipes for meals in jars, and they are from my YouTube channel. They are tried and true family favorites and fantastic. People are really loving the cookbook. You can download as many times as you want and print off any recipes you're interested in. I'm trying to figure out how to get a print version of it to you. It's just very expensive, but I am working on that. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. And if you would, please like this video. Consider subscribing, as that really does help my channel. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.